All right, so this is going to be a video explaining how to set up a Google Doc using MLA format. So if you're writing a paragraph or a paper, most often this is going to be the format your teacher is going to ask you to write it in. So I'm going to show you exactly how to set it up step by step. And pretty soon it becomes second nature. It's not super difficult after the first time. So I have the steps here, and then I have a blank Google Doc freshly opened to the default settings. So I'm going to talk about the steps in the slides and then show you how to do it on the document. All right. So once again, this avoids plagiarizing. Very important to make sure that we are giving credit to our sources. And then if we all present our papers in the same MLA format, it makes it easier for a teacher to grade it without bias. That means if everything looks the same, there's less of a way for a teacher to vary the way that they grade things, okay? So yes, you have to use MLA format. Sorry, but it's going to be a big help. So let's check it out. So first thing we're going to do is add a page number to the top of our paper, all right? Easier than you think because it doesn't take a lot of thinking. Very easy, all right? So we're going to go to the top of our new document. We're going to double click at the very top, all right? So I say very top for a reason. You'll see that in a minute. You're going to see this header band. We'll click Insert, scroll down to Header and Page Number. I'll show you the selection that says Page Number. And then we're going to click the icon that has a page with a 1 followed by a 2 on it. And I'll explain that. Then you're going to see a page number appear on your page. You're going to want to align it to the right so it's in the right-hand corner. And then you're going to type your last name in front of it, okay? Should probably add that now. Last name in front of it. And we're going to highlight it all, and we're going to change the font and the size. So let's check it out. Let's see this in action. So I got my brand new page. I go to the very top, all right? And I double click. You see this header band pop up, all right? Then you go to Insert. You go down to Page Numbers right here. And then there's that 1 followed by the 2, but notice it's at the top. We want the one where it goes in the top, not the bottom. So this would not be correct. We want to go up here so we see those numbers at the top of the page. It is left aligned. This is the alignment area. We want to have it go right aligned. So left aligned, center, right. We want it to go right. We're going to click in front of it, type our last name, and then put a space. And so the reason that we clicked the page number that way instead of just typing a number is because if we go on to a second page, here. So if we go on to a second page, it automatically changes and counts the pages for you, all right? So you see that 1, 2. So that's why we do that. That is the correct way to do it, so it automatically changes it for you. After that, we're going to go back up here. We're going to highlight everything that we typed. We're going to change it to Times New Roman fonts. That is the font that you need to choose. And then it needs to be size 12. Everything on your entire paper is going to be those two. But we need to make sure a lot of students forget about this up here. So those are the steps you do to get our page number at the top, all right? And then once you're done, click down here so that header band goes away. All right, next thing here. White Goodman, nobody makes me follow MLA format. Nobody, except me. So, this is what it should look like, right? We've already done this. We've seen this. It should be in the top right-hand corner because we right aligned. We changed the font. We changed the size. This is what it should look like. All right, so moving on to the next thing. Heading, all right? So that was called the page number. This is called our heading. Heading, you've probably tried it before, but this is the correct way, okay? There's 4 parts. It's going to be in the top left-hand corner of the regular part of our paper, not the header. You're going to type your name, first and last name, with capitals. Your name is important. It is a proper noun, so you're going to want to capitalize your first name and your last name. Then you're going to want to click Enter to start a new line. So these are going to be on 4 separate lines. Next is your teacher's name, so Mr., Miss, Mrs., whatever, followed by their last name with proper capitalization. Same thing here. Whatever their title is, Mr., Mrs., Miss, whatever, capitalized, and so is their last name, all right? Click Enter. Then you have the name of your class. For example, Litton Lang 1, all right? Hit Enter. And then you want to type the date. There is a special way to do this for MLA. So you need to write the day, the month, and the month is spelled out completely. Notice another proper noun, it's a specific month. So you're going to capitalize that. And then you put the year. No punctuation, all right? Day, month, year, the month is spelled out. So let's see how that goes. We're down here. Just type someone's name, first and last, all capitalized. They're in my class. They're in Lit and Lang 1. And then the date is, we're in November. You'd think I should know how to spell, right? So, November, all right? Day, month, spelled out, and then the year. So those are the 4 things that we need for our header, all right? Notice it's left aligned, it's in the left-hand corner, and it's not in the header, all right? So that is our heading. We need that every time on an MLA paper. Top left-hand corner should look like this. Very similar, all right? We do not need our period. So still Times New Roman, still 12 size font. It's also double spaced. We will worry about that at the end, all right? So just like at the top in our header, it needs to be Times New Roman and size 12, but we can change that at the end when we change everything. Or let's just do that now. It's probably easiest just to knock it out. So we highlight it all, click at the bottom and drag up, highlight it all. Same thing, Times New Roman, and then we're going up a size to size 12. This is our spacing, line spacing, all right? Looks like an arrow pointing up and down with 3 lines next to it. You click on that. This is not correct. This is what it's going to default to. You need to go to double. And that's going to create those spaces. You do not create those spaces on your own. You let this do that for you, all right? So that is double space now. So that is exactly how it should look. Click enter again. The next thing that we're going to do is the title of your paragraph, paper, whatever, all right? I'm going to click the center align button. So we right aligned the header. We left aligned we right aligned our page number, we left aligned our heading, and now we're center aligning our title. It is the same font as everything else, all right? Times New Roman, size 12. You do not bold it. You do not italicize it. You do not underline it. Your title is the exact same font, all right? The only time you would do anything different is if you have the title of a novel in your title, and you would italicize the title of a novel, because that's what you always do with the title of a novel. You italicize novel titles, and you put short story titles in quotation marks. There's no period at the end of a title. Look at any title of anything that you've ever read or watched. There's not going to be a period at the end, all right? Then you click enter or return once. After that, you do not need to hit it a bunch of times to create a big space, just once. So we've already clicked enter once from here to go down. We're going back to our alignment. We're going to center. We should see our cursor go into the middle of our paper. And then your title should be descriptive about your essay. So it should not say title, it should not say paragraph, it should not say Melcon. It should tell me what you're writing about. So if we were writing about the sniper, and I said that the sniper was a risky character, there's my title. It tells me something about what my paragraph is going to be about. It's descriptive, okay? And then I click enter once. No period at the end. Click enter once. We're still center aligned, so we need to go back to left. All right, and then we should see our cursor over here. The rest of our paper is going to be left aligned. The paragraphs that we type, left aligned, okay? So that's our title. Don't be like Toby Maguire. Use MLA format. Get a good grade back. Don't cry. All right, our first paragraph. We're going to click tab. We do that to indent. So did you see that? My cursor starts from all the way to the left to a quarter or a half an inch in. That's called an indent. You indent at the beginning of each paragraph. If you're writing one paragraph, you should only have one indent at the beginning, okay? This is the only thing that should be before a paragraph. No other extra space is needed. The other thing I wanted to point out, I just clicked enter once to get down here. I didn't click it 3 or 4 times. We don't need the huge space. We just need to move to the next line. You repeat this process for all the paragraphs. So you just click enter and click tab and then start typing your paragraph every time you start a new paragraph, all right? So We're bracing ourselves. We're doing well so far. We've already gotten a lot of it under control. We're definitely quoting and citing our sources, and we've already learned how to do that in MLA format with our parentheses, our author's last name, the page number, the period going afterwards, all that good stuff, okay? All right, some other odds and ends to discuss as far as MLA format goes. 1-inch margins all the way around. So if you want to check that, your paper should default to that, but if you want to check, you go to File up here, you go all the way down to the very bottom, right before print, you click Page Setup, and you're going to get a pop-up. Your margins are on the right, top, bottom, left, right. They should all be 1. If they're not, you would change them to 1, but it should already default to that. Never hurts to check. In-text citations, just talked about that a little bit, but remember, we are using a quote as evidence. Quote goes in the double quotation marks. And then we have what is called an in-text citation afterwards, where it's the author's last name, and then the page number, followed by a period after the set of parentheses. So we shouldn't be having anything in between the last name and the number, just a space. We don't add anything in between those, just the author's last name and then the number that the page is on. Obviously, we're writing incomplete sentences. Obviously, we're capitalizing things that we should, like the beginning of sentences and the specific names of nouns and people, places, things. And we'd want to spell check. So you saw me spell check November earlier. So if I type something that's not a right word, you're going to see something pop up on the bottom underneath, okay? All right, so like I'm not typing words correctly. I don't know why it's not really showing up here. Those obviously aren't words. So we're going to see, whatever the case is, you're going to see some lines pop up underneath a word that isn't spelled correctly. So you're going to want to click that, and it's going to give you an option of what the word should be. So you want to make sure that you're spell checking your work. You also want to make sure that you are reading through your paper. This is called proofreading, all right? You want to do this so you can catch those silly mistakes. You can see if you skipped a word, or if you used a wrong homophone, or if you spelled something wrong, or if you missed a citation, or you forgot a period, or you didn't put a capital. Read through your paragraph once or twice, all right? Have someone else look at it. Catch those easy mistakes and save yourself some points in the long run, okay? So remember, our paper, we got our paper going on here, all right? And we're typing and everything is good. We want to make sure that we have the indent at the beginning, and then we want to highlight everything at the end just to be safe. We're going back, checking Times New Roman, and then the size is 12 for everything on our paper. If you can do that, you're going to be sitting in a good spot, all right? That is exactly what we're looking for MLA format. So those are the basic rules. That's what you need to include. This is your page number. This is your header. This is your title, and this is your paragraph with an indent, all right? Those are the things that need to be included in our future writing assignments. Very important to do that because you'll be doing that all throughout high school and in other classes when you write papers too, not just English. If you have any questions, email your teacher, ask for help. They'll be happy to help you, all right? Keep writing. Good luck. Keep a positive attitude and keep it going. Thanks for watching.